Hey, good evening, everybody. So I am on a little earlier than what I typically do. These storms are not even up against the state line right now. However, I was watching for Torcon as they have a tornado emergency for Oklahoma City and Moore, Oklahoma. I've been tracking that cell for the last hour as it went through El Reno and into Oklahoma City and Moore right now, where they have a tornado emergency going on right now. So, and of course, looking at this pretty impressive bowed line that will likely be coming across the state line here in about an hour. So I thought what I would do, I know most people are watching the local news stations. And so I thought, well, if people are watching the news, they see this big line, they don't know what's going on. So that's one of the reasons why I thought I would go on a little early tonight, just to where you guys will have an idea of what we can expect. So, according to the National Weather Service that I just got out of a little chat with, right now it is the tornado threat is very, very low. Now you do see a tornado marker up here near Topeka. Along the leading edge, what we've seen all day in Oklahoma and into Kansas, that you get a cluster of cells and there's so much rotation at different levels of the atmosphere that a brief spin up can happen. But the chances of that very, very slim. Matter of fact, I'm kind of expecting this line to slightly weaken as it continues east. I'm watching the winds out ahead of this thing, and but that's going to be kind of a wait and see type of scenario. We still have 78 degrees here in Henry County, so we very well might see this come through west central Missouri. The number one threat is going to be strong straight line winds to 80 miles per hour. So that is can do just as much damage as a small spin up tornado. So we do need to take this seriously. But and again, we're probably 45 minutes or so away from coming into parts of Cass, Bates, and Vernon counties. So I figured I will just stay on with you guys. I was up chasing the Oklahoma City and the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, the El Reno tornado, where they have an ongoing tornado emergency down there, trying to keep everybody safe for our nationwide group Torcon. So I thought I'll just go ahead and jump in here. You guys are more than welcome to come and go. I'm just going to stay on, keep up with the National Weather Service chat, and I'll just stay on here with you through the course of the next couple hours as this line tries to make its way into Missouri. Hey, Derek. Butler's kind of, really all of us are kind of in the same boat right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this does trend to stay together. We could see St. Clair, Benton, and Pettis County actually get included into a severe thunderstorm watch as this line goes through, because the wording on this right now looked like around 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So just about 50 miles to the west, it was putting out 70 to 85 mile per hour winds out ahead of this line. So is it weakening? I can't really say that it's weakening right now, but that's what the trends are, that it continues to weaken and maybe even break up a little bit. The main reason is because this thing is getting so far out ahead of the main lifting mechanism that it's going to have a hard time staying together. This line of storms is actually moving 55 miles per hour right now. So it's really trucking. All right, Jennifer, let me see if I can't break it apart. So there hadn't been any new updates from the National Weather Service. So, and again, all we're going to be doing is kind of watching this line of storms. Right now, up above a few thousand feet above our heads, we're looking at about between 60. Let's see here. I don't know. There's some 50, 60 mile per hour winds out ahead of this line currently. So, and again, this isn't what's on the ground level. This is what's up there a few thousand feet above our heads. More on the ground level, we got looks like between 55 and 70 mile per hour winds closer to the surface along the leading edge of this line. So definitely worth keeping our eye on here over the next couple hours. They are very strong winds out here, out in front, and you can see the whole bowing nature. These things are going to continue, maybe even pick up speed. Actually, I think they have. 56 miles per hour east southeast. So they're really booking it. This cell that they had down here going through Oklahoma, they did take the particularly dangerous situation tag off of this, so that's good. That means it's likely not confirmed on the ground right now. But I was actually picking up wind speeds coming into Oklahoma City at well over 100 miles per hour. Now it's looking like 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. So hopefully this is starting to weaken as it moves toward more Oklahoma. Hi, Angie. So we're pretty much all in the same boat right now, guys. So really from Cass County, Bates, Vernon, you guys are going to be the first counties that get hit with this line if it continues. And right now you're looking at 60 to 65 mile per hour winds right along the leading edge of this line. Torrential rainfall and then it will be over before you know it. This thing is going 55, 60 mile per hour is the storm speed that it's going to be going through your area. So it's going to be it's going to be rocking and rolling and then out of there really quick. So right now, St. Clair County, Benton County, Pettis County, you guys are not under a watch right now. But if this line continues to show the potential of staying together and producing severe straight line winds, there is a possibility they will include St. Clair, Benton, and Pettis County here in the next hour under a watch as this line continues to push off into west central Missouri. Hi, Krista. And again, I know it's kind of getting kind of late, about 10:30. We've got Cass County, Bates County, Vernon County, probably here in the next 30 minutes. You guys are going to start seeing some effects of this line of thunderstorms. And then probably in about an hour 15 for Johnson, Henry, and possibly St. Clair. And that's going at its present rate right now. Let's go ahead and let me see if I can find an update on the speed. That's an old one. That's an old one. That's an old one. Let's just take an average of, say, 50 mile per hour. So that's actually going to put this line of storms hitting Amsterdam at 10:36, Amaret 10:37, Lewisburg 10:51, Adrian 10:52, Archie 10:54, Rich Hill 10:56, Bucyrus 10:59, Harrisonville 11:03, Peculiar 11:04, Garden City 11:06, Creighton 11:12, Appleton City 11:13, Rockville 11:13, Montrose 11:15, Hartwell 11:19, Kingsville 11:22, Holden 11:24, Clinton at 11:29, Lowry City 11:33, Leeton 11:37, Osceola 11:37, Warrensburg 11:41, Windsor at 11:47, Whiteman Air Force Base 11:50, Warsaw 11:55, and Lincoln at 11:58. Coal Camp 12:06, Sedalia at 12:08. Now that's assuming that this line does not break up and does not weaken. Over the last about 20 minutes, from everything that I am seeing, that this line is going to weaken. It's speeding up out ahead of the main lifting mechanism, and I do expect this line to likely start losing its punch once it gets across the state line. But you know, we really didn't think we would be in an area to see any severe thunderstorms. We figured this line was going to start falling apart out here in eastern Kansas, and so far it hasn't. So that's one of the reasons why we're watching this, to see if the trends will come back and start to see it start to weaken as it moves to the east. Hey, Greg. Do I think it's going to hold together to the Warrensburg? Man, I really honestly think this thing is really going to start losing its punch when it hits the state line, but it looks awfully mean right now. But I just think it's going to start to lose its bowing nature, and it's going to kind of start to fall apart a little bit once it gets across the state line. But I've been wrong before. It might hold together, but I don't think we really necessarily have to worry about it strengthening and get those 80, 90 mile per hour winds like they were having out in central Kansas. But it's just kind of a wait and see what, because by all rights, when it hits the state line, it's supposed to fall apart if you follow the rules of science and what is going on out ahead of this line. But I've been surprised before. Hey, Stephanie. Kind of going through chat here a little bit. Hi, Elizabeth. And again, guys, the line is moving at a pretty good clip. It's moving around 50 to 55 miles per hour. So that I have a feeling it's likely going to speed up just a little bit. So don't be surprised if it hits a few minutes before what that timestamp showed for your area, because we were kind of using an average speed of about 50 miles per hour. Take a look up here closer to Kansas City. Hi, Cody. So again, all of them are about the same wording. 1 inch, quarter size hail, 60 mile per hour winds. Can be associated with this line of storms. There is quite a bit of lightning associated with it. On another monitor that I have over here, I'm actually watching for, I have velocity radar and I have my 3D radar up, kind of watching for any kind of potential spin ups. But again, like what I said at the beginning of the stream, I am not expecting the tornado threat is very, very, very low. Matter of fact, I don't even think most of us here in West Central Missouri was under any risk at all from the Storm Prediction Center. But when you get a line of storms like you have here that has very strong winds at the surface as well as strong winds aloft, sometimes you can't rule that out. So I am keeping an eye on that on another monitor. I need about 8 more monitors here so I can watch everything. Or have Isaac from Nader Boys back over here. That was so nice having somebody manning the back computers. I didn't have to keep turning around and looking. Actually, Landon, as far as forecast goes, if you have something going on outside, on Sunday mornings we do our global predictor. I can go out 5 months, anywhere around the world, any specific day. So check with me on Sunday or through the week. Not tonight because we've got severe weather in the area, but shoot me a message. I'll be happy to bring that up. It'll just take a few seconds. I can give you a forecast anywhere around the world, any given day for the next 5 months. right now, currently all of west central Missouri, Tony. So we're going to be looking at Cass, Johnson, Henry, Bates, and Vernon counties right now. And if the line still continues to remain strong, we could be seeing it move into parts of St. Clair, Hickory, Benton, and Pettis counties here in the next hour or so. Sounds good, Landon. So they did have some 60 mile per hour, 62 mile per hour wind gusts in Olathe. So that will be heading into Overland Park areas, Aubrey, Spring Hill, and eventually over into parts of Lee Summit, Belton, and Raymore areas here in the next 20 minutes or so. So we have confirmation of 62 mile per hour at Olathe Airport. Yeah, so we are starting to see that line crossing over here. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so that's going to be for Cass County. That's going to include Belton, Peculiar, Harrisonville, and Pleasant Hill. And also up here, Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Kansas City Metro, Wyandotte County is already in one. That's up there by USIS if you're up. No, this will not be classified as derecho, Greg. This is just going to be a Boeing line of storms. We can get into the science of that here after we get through with tonight's severe storm. Hey, Kalaya, is there a tornado possible for Butler? Not right now, hon. So we are going to be possibly getting some strong straight line winds to 60, but the tornado threat is very, 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 very small. So there is a new severe thunderstorm warning down here near Fort Scott. So I have a feeling Bates County could be placed into one. Let's take a look at the winds. .65 miles per hour right there. See where that's at. Well, that was right there near Amsterdam. So that's what Amber just mentioned. Very strong winds in Amsterdam. So, but outside from that, we don't have really. Well, there's a couple spots of close to severe winds, 60 mile per hour, and of course this is up above our heads. It might not be happening on the surface, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't put Bates County under a severe thunderstorm warning here pretty quick. But if you notice up here along this leading edge of line, there's several areas of 60 mile per hour and greater. So that's one of the reasons why they put Cass County under a severe thunderstorm warning for this leading edge of winds. It's not so prevalent down here in Cass County, although there are a couple of areas down by New Home and just north of Amsterdam that could be getting close to that criteria. Power out in Amsterdam. And again, that's with straight line winds. Right now, I'm not seeing any kind of rotation along the leading edge of this line of storms. So that's good news. We're just going to have to deal with some strong straight line winds for right now. I'm also, I don't know if you guys can maybe kind of notice this, but you see how it's starting to look a little ragged along the leading edge here? That's a pretty good sign that this thing is actually starting to weaken a little bit. That's good news too. The strongest part of this cell, of this line of storms, I should say, looks to be from about Topeka and wrapping around down to just south of Olathe. That right there is kind of the strongest part of this line of storms right now. And then once you get down here, it's starting to break up just a little bit down here around Bates County. So that could be a sign that this thing will continue to weaken as it comes across the state line. Alright, so looks like Adrian, Archie, Passaic, Butler, down to Rich Hill, right along 49. You guys here in the next probably 5 to 10 minutes, you guys are going to be feeling the effects of these stronger straight line winds as this line moves through your area. Pretty intense winds right up here. Now remember, this is well above our heads, so it's not necessarily transcending down to the ground level, but you know, there are definitely some strong individual cells within this line that could be producing some, you know, I would say 60, 70 mile per hour winds. This particular cell looks like it's right over Cleveland right now, and then eventually we'll be moving into Peculiar and Old Peculiar here just in a couple minutes. I'm gonna check out Springfield's radar here real quick. Springfield radar picking up maybe just a little bit of hail just to the east of Amsterdam, but this line of storms is just not a hail producer. It's going to be more of just a strong straight line wind event. Let's put this into motion here. Take a look. You notice it's where this actually curves right up here. That's really the strongest part of this line currently. So had some, let's see here, 62 mile per hour winds in Johnson County, Kansas. 3-inch 3-inch tree limbs and power poles broken in southern Johnson County. So that's up here near Overland Park, Olathe, in this area. I know many of you guys don't like when I do a split screen here, but I want to keep the velocity radar and regular radar up on the same screen, so that I don't have to keep looking back and forth. Adrian is getting some pretty good winds right now. Power out in Amsterdam. Lost power outside of Amaret. Yeah, that's about where these stronger winds are at here in Bates County. Really kind of surprised they didn't extend that severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Bates County, because there are some little pockets of some stronger winds, and right now it looks like it's right over Adrian right now. Hi Jennifer, you're asking about Warrensburg. Well, we just got to wait and see how well this line continues to hold together. There's not much there keeping this thing together. It's all out there in Kansas right now, and of course we lost the heat of the day. It's still 78 degrees, but it's kind of away from the mechanism that's creating this, so there's not a lot there to hold this together. But with it moving so fast, it's the momentum. I mean, if you think of it, I always think of the atmosphere and think of the clouds, think of the upper level winds. When we look at that 500 millibar chart, I think of it as water. So if you can imagine, if you have a say a raindrop on the top of your window in your car, and it kind of connects with a few other little raindrops, and then all of a sudden it starts flying down your window. Well, it's kind of the same thing. These things build up so much momentum, and they're bowed out, and they're flying at 55 miles an hour. It's kind of hard for them to stop. So I always kind of look at weather maps and look at the overall general picture, just like I would with have it be a water, something liquid, in which clouds are liquid, but I look at it as just the flow of water, and you can really understand weather on a large scale by doing that. And again, we still have a severe thunderstorm watch for the next 3 hours for parts of west central Missouri. We have this line of storms that has come across the state line. We have a severe thunderstorm warning out for Cass County for 60 mile per hour winds. And right now, currently, Bates County does not have a warning right now, but there are some pockets of some strong winds, 50, 55, 60 mile per hour, that is coming across Bates County right now. Yeah, Butler's about to get hit with some strong inflow winds, and then you'll get hit with that wall of rain. It won't last a whole heck of a long time, but it will sound mean when it comes in. Harrisonville. Yeah, you are under that severe thunderstorm warning right now for 60 mile per hour winds at Harrisonville. It's still just off to your west. You do have a little pocket of 50 to 60 mile per hour winds just to your southwest that could be coming through here in the next 10 minutes. So the overall line is definitely beginning to show signs that it is weakening. Let's put this into motion. Let me get out of dual screen here. Let's put this in motion over the last, say, 21 frames. And you'll notice a very well-defined bowing line until it hits about the state line. And then you notice now it's starting to kind of break apart, not be those big solid line of reds that you see. So it is showing signs that it is weakening, which is good news for west central Missouri. nonetheless, we do have some strong winds out there and some torrential rainfall. Of course, all this rainfall is it's just going to aggravate the ongoing flooding problems that we've had ever for the last 2 weeks. So I know a lot of farmers are trying to get some crops sprayed. They're trying to get some hay up. So we love the moisture, but I think the timing could be a little bit better. Heavy wind and heavy rain and wind west of Archie, northern Bates. Yep, that line is just approaching you guys. Archie, Adrian, Passaic, and Butler, right along I-49 is where that leading edge of that line of storms is right now. Leavenworth County, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So far, no reports on the Missouri side yet. In Jackson or Cass County, no reports coming in from National Weather Service. Rain starting in Garden City. Yeah, probably just a few little showers out ahead of this line right now, Courtney. The main line is still to your west by a few miles. Heavy rain in Butler. Thanks, John. Take a look at those winds again. Really non-severe winds all the way across Bates County right now. I'm not seeing anything particular to maybe 50-mile-per-hour winds along the leading edge of that line. But 50-mile-an-hour wind, you hit a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust and you're going to know it. So, yeah, this line is starting to become outflow dominant. So pretty much you see all the reds and the greens. You know, you're thinking, oh man, you know, there's circulation there. But actually, when we put this over to regular radar, it's just a sign that this line is starting to break up. Is what that is. You have to decipher what's going on with radar. Is there circulations, or is it what's happening? Those winds, it's blowing out. It's letting loose. It's kind of letting go of its packing its punch. So that's a strong indicator that this line is weakening. Yeah, looks like the entire line is kind of weakening. So I really don't expect any severe warnings really outside of this ongoing one for Cass County. This line will likely continue to weaken here over the next 30 minutes. Leavenworth is without power right now. If you know anybody in Leavenworth, Kansas, they are out of power in Leavenworth. sure I didn't have any messages. You bet, Courtney. Looks like we still have about 20 minutes left of this severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Jackson and Cass County right now. Not seeing much of the way of anything to worry about. We've got some stronger winds, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, a little isolated pocket just to the north of Harrisonville. But outside from that, we're just really just starting to see this line begin to kind of blow itself out and begin to continue to start weakening as it pushes off to the east. One thing that I kind of look at, even though the little lightning symbols are kind of cool to look at, but one thing I've noticed, there are fewer and fewer lightning strikes. That's also an indicator of a weakening line of storms compared to what it was an hour ago out here in eastern Kansas. Man, it was extremely electrified. But we can definitely tell that this thing is weakening as it's pushing into Missouri. Bring up up there in your top left hand of the screen. That's actually a live look at the Dayton cam, courtesy of Nader Boys. You can see there's a couple lightning flashes still up there, but nothing too impressive right now. Just some good old-fashioned lightning, thunder, and some rain showers right now. Report coming in, several reports of trees down, power outages in the Linwood area. So if you know anybody over in the Linwood area, so the National Weather Service just put out a little bulletin. Said that the line is breaking apart through the KC Metro and south. Still is producing wind gusts to around 60 miles per hour, with some downburst on the leading edge. Looks like this will continue to wind down. So, obviously I'm in firm agreement with the National Weather Service. As this line continues to push off to the east, it's going to continue to weaken, kind of fall apart, kind of what I was expecting it to do when it hit the state line, but you never know. That's why we're here, so everybody, they don't have to sit there on the couch or in bed and wonder if there's going to be a strong storm or not. So we will continue to stay live until about another 17 minutes, or until this severe thunderstorm warning is canceled for Cass County. And at that time, I feel pretty comfortable to go ahead and calling it a night. We do have the possibility of seeing more thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. We are going to have to wait until this system is through us tonight. And we're going to have to take a look at the soundings of the weather balloons tomorrow to see how much recovery that the atmosphere can actually get for the formations of more thunderstorms for tomorrow afternoon. Now, Tuesday is still looking like a very volatile day in west central Missouri. All day long today, I've been kind of plotting. It does seem right now that the best tornado chances might remain to our north and to our east of west central Missouri on Tuesday, but it's definitely something that we need to be paying very, very close attention to. I will be at my day job on Tuesday, so, and again, make sure you follow the updates. You have multiple means to be able to get your watches and your warnings, that sometimes mine will not be as timely with me being at my day job. So
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
okay, let's see what this one's going to be for. That's probably an update to this one, my guess. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect till 11:15 for Cass and Jackson. At 11 o'clock, severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from Oakview to near Lee Summit to Harrisonville, moving northeast at 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail is expected. So we still have a few minutes left of this severe thunderstorm warning up here in Cass and Jackson counties. Let's take a look at not a lot of winds associated that I can see right now. Maybe 45, 50 mile per hour wind gusts, but other than that, that's about it. It is, Greg. Science is crazy. And like I said, you get the timing happens a lot. I won't get into the big science of this thing right now, but being where the Rocky Mountains are, you have upslope winds, and that those winds have nowhere else to go but up when they hit the Rocky Mountains. Okay, and then of course as you have downslope winds, it seems like the jet streams seem to really intensify out here in traditional Tornado Alley, out here in western central Kansas, up through Nebraska, down through Oklahoma. Obviously, they get the strongest in the afternoon. By the time that line reaches over here to the state line, guess what? They begin to weaken. So now we have to wait our turn. So tomorrow we get that line a little bit closer to us. That low pressure system gets a little closer to us. So we may or may not have some severe weather to worry about tomorrow. And then the low pressure system gets the closest to us on Tuesday. And that's when we have our best chance to see severe weather, is on Tuesday. My pleasure, Cheryl. Keep everybody safe and informed. That's the big thing. Being safe, you pretty much got to be the one to take cover when we tell you to take cover. But staying informed. If you make good decisions based on good information, that is the whole purpose of why we do this, is to keep informed, and therefore you're going to stay protected. So, Bates County, Bates County is pretty much good to go, Brianna. If I lived in Bates County, I would not, you're going to have some lightning strikes. It's going to be a little loud for the next 15, 20 minutes, but no severe weather for Bates County. And again, I'm going to stay on another about 10 more minutes. We'll go ahead and let this severe thunderstorm warning expire for Cass and Jackson County. And I am not seeing really any more severe weather to move across west central Missouri. There are some storms down over here. They're likely going to be turning to the southeast once they get into that rain cool air. Some of these cells, whenever like I said, they breathe in and they breathe out. They have inflow and then they breathe out. That's the outflow. And what's incredible about these individual cells is if they start picking up some colder rain-cooled air, and it will try to choke itself out. So what does it do? It starts feeding on the warmer air to the south, and that causes it to turn, and it begins to move to the south and southeast toward that warm, moist air. So that's likely what's going to happen with these cells, and then we'll just be left with the remnants of this line of storms to push through. Get a quick 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/1500th of an inch of rain, and then it's going to move on out. You bet, Janice. Thank you, Mary. Now I will be up in the morning. I will be up in the morning before I go to work, and I will give an update on our severe threat for tomorrow. It's going to be like I said, it's going to be solely dependent on how well that the atmosphere recovers from this rain and storms that we get tonight, because again, 12 hours ago we really wasn't expecting to get much at all here in west central Missouri, and that would kind of set the stage for severe storm possibly tomorrow. So we're going to have to see what the weather balloons say and how well the atmosphere is going to recover, and we'll have a pretty good idea of our severe threat for Monday. Well, Cass County, Susan, is You still have 7 minutes left of a severe thunderstorm warning, but I'm not seeing anything threatening in Cass County right now. Just some lightning, some thunder. It's going to sound kind of loud. Some moderate rain, and then it's going to be moved out. So they are not going to extend this warning for you. So once this gets through here in another 7 minutes, you ought to be good to go for the night. Yeah, that's the same up here, Tim. Really not seeing too much up here through Smithville. Wind gusts, some moderate rain. Doesn't look too impressive to me up here near Platte City, Smithville, Kearney, Plattsburgh. And again, I think this whole line here is really beginning to weaken very quickly. So just take a look over the last 21 frames. You notice when this line was out here in eastern Kansas, how well defined, how red the colors were, and watch as it hits that state line and how it just begins to fall apart about right here. This kind of fizzles out, breaks apart, and leaving us with just some moderate rain and some lightning and thunder. Well, through Friday, Adam, he asked how much rain can we expect this week. Right now, we're into 1 to 1 1/4 by Friday. Now, if we get into some of those severe storms on Tuesday, you can easily double that if you get underneath a severe storm. So, hi April, strong winds in Uric. Yep, you're starting to hit. You guys are starting to get this leading edge, 35 to 45 mile an hour winds. They will not be damaging. You're just going to notice you're going to be from calm to 40 mile an hour winds. So it's gonna rattle some wind chimes, but you don't have to worry about any kind of damaging winds here in Uric. Hey, Misty, I just seen your post. Good evening to you. Another sign that this line is weakening too is you notice this real light green line right here out ahead of that line. That's rain-cooled air being pushed out in front of it. And of course, as that line continues and it hits that cooler air, it chokes itself out. Therefore, rapidly will weaken. So many signs that we look at to see if this line is going to hold up or if it's going to weaken. We got about another 3 more minutes left of the severe thunderstorm warning for Cass and Jackson County. That will be allowed to expire, and another one does not look like it will be taking its place. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, it's going to be a little noisy here in about 15-20 minutes, Lisa. It's going to be loud. You're going to hear some rumbles of thunder, but you're not going to have to worry about any severe weather. So if you like the sound of thunder and rain hitting the windows, now would be a good time to curl up under the covers. There are some down power lines and power outages in Wyandotte County. That's up there where my sis lives. You bet, Alan. Right now, looked like the leading edge going through Uric, down to Germantown. Just had somebody talking about Germantown having some winds. You're right there at the leading edge. So is Montrose. So you guys be getting some 30 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts as that line comes through, but nothing severe. Hey, Bushwhacker, you bet. Hey, Quacky. Uric, yeah, you're getting the leading edge right now. You probably had some winds gusting up, 35, 40 mile an hour. Now you're just going to have just some moderate rain showers, maybe a tenth of an inch of rain through this, and then you'll be just light showers after that. Looks like really about the strongest cell out of this line. Okay, so Warrensburg is being placed under a severe thunderstorm warning, and I will tell you why. Right here by Holden, there are some borderline severe winds out ahead of that line. So National Weather Service decided to go ahead and issue a warning out for strong straight line winds. Likely will stay just to the north of Warrensburg, but say Holden, Centerview, and along 50 Highway, you'll get some gusty winds as this leading edge comes through. Yeah, Misty. You can expect, some rain. It'll be loud, and like I said, we're looking at 35, 45 mile an hour wind gust. A couple isolated reports of maybe 50, 55 mile an hour winds. That's what's happening up here in Johnson County, near Holden. Kingsville, it's done past you. Really about Holden and the rest of and along 50 Highway, you're looking at 55 mile an hour winds. So National Weather Service decided to go ahead and put this out for 60 mile per hour wind max as this line comes through Johnson County. One thing that, I mentioned, I think it was in a blog, but, as wet as the soil is right now, it's fully saturated. So we add a little bit more moisture to the ground, and we get a 50 mile an hour wind gust. It can blow some branches and some trees down in that soft soil. So, there are a few reports you guys are putting in, maybe losing some power, and it looked like right along 49 Highway, Archie, Adrian, down in, what was that other, Rich Hill area. So, to me, that kind of sounds like maybe like a transformer or something, maybe a tree fell into it possibly when those winds come through. That's a possibility. Uric could be the same thing. You might have had a 3, 4, 5 inch tree limb hit a major power line through Uric. But just very light rain in Uric right now. The winds are not very strong. So Clinton, probably here about another 15 minutes. You guys are going to see that leading edge. And again, 35, 40 mile an hour. It's going to come in. It's going to sound loud. You're going to get some rain for a few minutes. And then it will move through. You're good to go in Garden City. So, you know, just some light rain, few claps of thunder. But you'll have some light rain move through a little bit later. But the severe threat is over for you in Garden City. So not a lot of lightning down here around the Montrose, Germantown area, but got some 40 mile an hour gusts and some pretty good little rainstorm going on down there. All the way down to Appleton City. So of course the severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County, Jackson County, it's been allowed to expire. National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill did have a 60 mile per hour wind gust in Pleasant Hill. So they did make a remark there are some power outages around the area. So it likely took a transformer or took a substation somewhere in this area. That could be the reason why we have several power outages along 49 and in Uric as well. So right now, this is the leading edge of the winds. And let's see here, Blairstown, just south of Chehowee, be heading over toward Leeton, Bowen, Calhoun area. These here probably have the strongest winds out of this line here in west central Missouri right now outside of Holden. Holden all the way up through Odessa, you guys got 55 mile an hour wind gusts right now. But do see a couple little areas, couple little isolated areas of 50 mile per hour wind gusts. And again, that's just east of Blairstown, getting ready to come through Chehowee, along 2 Highway, eventually over toward Leeton. Hey, Nicole. Yes, it's weakened greatly since hitting the state line. So we're just left with a few little pockets of strong straight line winds to 60. No hail. So we're just kind of waiting this out. They did issue a new severe thunderstorm warning for Johnson County, mainly for these little pockets of this dark yellow. Remember the hot colors, the reds, the oranges, the yellows. Those are all winds going away from the radar. So those are going to be winds that are going over. Here's our radar site in Pleasant Hill. And these winds are going away from it. So they're pushing out ahead of the line. So looks like Warrensburg might get clipped with some 50, 55 mile an hour wind gusts up here near Warrensburg. Well, I had to. I'm the one that's telling you guys to make sure to put everything up, and my lawn furniture was out on the front porch. So my dog did not like them going across my porch. So I tell you guys to get ready, but I don't bring my lawn furniture in. So so Clinton is starting to get some of those 35, 40 mile an hour wind gusts in Clinton right now. And again, looks like just north of Chehaui, near Old Chehaui, looks like we got a little pocket of 55, 58 mile per hour wind gusts. But really from there all the way down through Clinton, Deepwater, all the way down through St. Clair County, just 25, 30 mile an hour winds. So looks like this northern section of this line that's left is getting some of the stronger winds right now. Areas around Iconium, just some stronger wind gusts, Carrie. We might be looking at 40 mile an hour wind gusts, so it's going to blow some lawn furniture around. Obviously, that's what happened. That's just what happened to me. So I had to go catch my lawn furniture. Yeah, Ballard is good. Rick, you're good to go. Power out in Huntingdale. Yep. Now that really doesn't surprise me. That's up here where we've seen some of those stronger winds up here. Blairstown, Chehaui. Actually, some pretty good winds. Coming in along 50 highway near the CMSU airport. That's getting up there close to 70. 107. There's 70. About 70 mile per hour. Now these 107 mile per hour, you can't read into that, as we are looking at heights a few thousand feet above our heads. Now, that's likely going to be equivalent to like what you call ground clutter. But some very strong winds coming down 50 highway right now, just about 4 or 5 miles west of Warrensburg along 50 highway. So, very strong winds. About 50, 55 mile an hour winds still along Chehaui, Old Chehaui, just west of Post Oak, and it will be heading close to Leeton here in about 10 minutes. About 45 mile an hour gusts just north on the north side of Clinton. Take a look at, see if they've updated any on their power outages. And again, if anybody needs to know how to find power outages, you go to the website, SubbyWeatherTalk.com, and it is actually found under Winter Weather Info. And you can check out road conditions, Evergy and Osage Valley power outage maps. Take a look at Osage Valley. So it looks like Bates County has about 300 people out, and Cass County has 408 people out right now. And again, that's right along 49. Is where you see most of those power outages from those guys. lot of them up here, right along Archie, Highway B. Several customers out right in this area as well too. And this is Osage Valley. Let's take a look at Evergy. Wow. Evergy has 89,000 people without power. $1,114 active outages. So they have a lot. Ballard, Urick, Hartwell, Creighton, Centerview, Warrensburg. In this area, look like they've got just fewer than 5 customers affected here. 675 customers without power from Hartwell to Creighton. So they must have had one big substation get hit either by lightning or possible 50-55 mile an hour winds. That can do it. So that's from Hartwell, Urick, and Creighton. You guys look like you guys are all out of power there. And the rest are just kind of sporadic. We're up to over 50 now from Holden to Warrensburg. 229 customers affected power outages from Holden to Warrensburg right now, ahead of those stronger winds that were coming through Holden. So a lot of power outages out there, guys. Alright, if you're in Leeton, just make sure that you know those stronger winds are going to be coming through Leeton any minute now. So you can expect 50 to 55 mile an hour wind gusts come blow through there really quick. Same way with Shawnee Mound down to Quarles. Hey, Christina. You're in Leeton. Wind just got crazy. I'd say so. Yeah, you guys, yeah. 50 mile an hour wind gusts, that can blow some things around. When will Clinton be under a warning? Clinton will not be under a warning tonight. You don't have to worry about Clinton. Heather's over by the Warrensburg Airport. Yeah, they're getting some good winds over there by the Warrensburg Airport. Michael, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. This is bad. How big is it? I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. We've got some 50 to 55 mile an hour wind gusts that are creating some power outages here around west central Missouri. Warrensburg's getting some strong straight line winds right now, Kylie. So, up to 50 mile per hour winds. So, we'll kind of have to see how this holds out, because there are some power outages from Holden all the way through Centerview and Warrensburg right now. There's quite a few power outages. So, you know, you could lose power. Larry City. Nope, just some regular straight line winds, Heather. Looks like right now about 45, 48 mile an hour. And again, we're just talking about some straight line winds, guys, but it is creating quite a few power outages along from about Odessa, Higginsville, down through Warrensburg, and into Leeton. Yeah, Chicago is going to be, they're going to be under the gun come Tuesday. Tuesday, Chicago likely be in the thick of things. Leeton really getting some strong winds in Leeton right now. Right along State Highway EE. And looks like Southeast 371 Road, where the strongest of the winds are right now, including the town of Leeton. All that wind out there, the dog is going nuts. I had to let him out. Alright, so here's what's left over of our line of storms, guys. So it's not very impressive. Not a whole lot of rain. But you are getting some strong wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. That can cause some sporadic power outages. So, and we are seeing that here in west central Missouri. Now, even though St. Clair, Benton, and Pettis County are not under a severe thunderstorm watch, you guys can expect about the same. You'll get some stronger straight line winds in the 40 to 45, maybe 50 mile an hour range. And as we've seen in several areas, power outages are going on right now because of those winds. So whether or not lightning had anything to do with it, or maybe a 50 mile an hour wind gust that knocked a tree over because of the wet soil that's underneath of it, or a big tree branch. So we've got several power outages across west central Missouri right now. So you're really not going to get a whole lot of rain out of this, but you'll get some wind in Pettis and Benton County here probably in the next 30 minutes or so. Oh, I bet, Christina. Yeah, looking at those winds. 50, 55, 58 mile an hour winds went through Leeton a little bit ago. Hey, you done barking? Come here. You're creating a ruckus in there, big boy. Creating a ruckus. So we have about another 20 minutes left of the severe thunderstorm warning for Johnson County, and again, it's due to the fact of some 50, 55 mile an hour wind gusts that are going through Johnson County right now. So it is creating some power outages out there. So definitely be prepared for that. If you live in Benton County, Pettis County, Knob Noster, Concordia, you guys probably, make sure you have a flashlight handy. Make sure you kind of prepare for a power outage, because there are several of them out there right now. Let's take another look at the power outages. You can keep up to date with that here on our website under Winter Weather Info. Osage Valley and Evergy power outages. So we still have the biggest area right now is from Hartwell, Urick, and Creighton, in which there's 675 customers affected. They have not dispatched anybody out there yet. It is still awaiting assignment. So they have not identified yet what was the cause of that power outage yet. So if you live in Urick, Hartwell, Creighton, you guys can expect probably to be without power for at least another hour, about an hour, 12:45. So we also have some power outages stretching from Holden to Warrensburg. Looked like about 230 people without power in that area. Restoration time right around the same, 12:45. And let's take a look at Osage Valley. So a new one, we do have 46 customers in Henry County that are without power. Looks like that's going to be around Northwest 1100 Road along Highway N. And that's going to be up here just east of Blairstown. I believe is that Old Chehaui? That's as far as it allows me to. So there's 13 Highway. There's M Highway. That takes you right into, I believe that's near Huntingdale. Bates County has 304 people out, and Cass County has 429 people without electricity right now through Osage Valley. So it is causing quite a few power outages out there, so just make sure you're prepared for that. Well, you're probably getting some of those stronger winds right now, Brian. Like I said, there's not a lot of rain associated with this now. It's really weakened a lot. But Windsor is probably starting to get some of those wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So it can blow a few things around a little bit. Yeah, you're starting, Christina, you're starting to get into some of that rain now. You're out of the strong winds out ahead of it. Now you're just starting to get some blowing rains, and that won't last very long. Warrensburg is about to get hit with this cell. They're going to have some torrential rains, and looks like maybe up to 55 mile per hour wind gusts. So and again, that can cause quite a bit of stuff to be moved around, and a potential for power outages. So make sure you have a flashlight handy. I didn't get much rain at all here. We cooled down to 70, so we dropped about 8 degrees, but I didn't even get a tenth here in Clinton. I got 0.08, so not even a tenth of an inch. So it looks like the leading edge of these winds, and I'll highlight those for you guys. You see this real light green area right here. That's the leading edge of the winds. It will push across. You'll notice a big uptick, a big gust of wind will come through, knock a few things around, and then the leading edge of the storms, you will also get a nice little punch of wind, and then you'll get a few showers, and then it'll be over. So looks like right now it's just on the verge, just to the west of Lincoln, Warsaw. You guys are going to be getting hit with that first initial surge of wind here in about the next 5 minutes or so. So it does look like there is widespread tree damage and power outages in the Creighton area, according to the National Weather Service. Of course, that's why we have some power outages near Creighton and Urick. Alright, so just had to give an update to the National Weather Service. They requested some information from me. So Clinton, you guys ought to be, we ought to be good to go for the rest of the night. We're well behind the little pocket of rain and behind the winds. So really, if you live Urick, Creighton, Garden City, Clinton, Bates County, Vernon County, you guys are pretty much good for the night. So we're just kind of looking at these winds out here. Looks like going to be going right along parallel here with the 65 highway. So Lincoln, Warsaw, you guys are going to get some of these 40, 45 mile an hour wind gusts here just any minute. Thanks, Lucky. I bet, Tim. Yeah, Warrensburg got hit. They got hit with a pretty good little thunder boomer up there. Do you have any winds to speak of, Tim? All right, so if you're living in Warsaw, you're very likely starting to get hit with 40 mile an hour winds out ahead of this little line of storms. Soon to be coming into Lincoln and then eventually Cocamp. About another 9 more minutes for the severe thunderstorm warning for Johnson County. That will likely be allowed to expire here in 9 minutes. What a way to be woken up. You were thunderstruck. Alright guys, we'll do a little recap here. And again, we've got about another 8 minutes left of the severe thunderstorm warning for Johnson County for strong straight line winds up to 55 to 58 miles per hour. We do have the leading edge of what's left of this line now going through Lincoln and Warsaw. You guys are likely seeing some wind gusts up to 40, 45 miles per hour, followed up by some light rain and maybe another gust of wind right when that line moves through you. So outside from that, everything is pretty quiet outside of all the power outages in and around west central Missouri. Hey, Dory, not the fish. Oh, we just got a report that Clinton now had power outages. That was about 15 minutes ago. Let's take a look at power outages real quick. So, looks like the report that I got from a buddy, there's fewer than 5 that were affected, but it is in Clinton. That's right over there by where he lives too. So, they're still awaiting assignment. They're evaluating the situation. So, it might be a while for you guys. Still have this 675 customers affected from Hartwell to Creighton, right along 7 highways. So, still showing a 12:45 restore time, but that's going to be tough, likely. So they are out there, work in progress. So that's good news. We still have customers affected from Holden through Centerview and Warrensburg. Looks like 229 customers right along this area. Of course, we have a few along Interstate 49 as well. Some sporadic damages. Outages. Let's take a look at Osage Valley. So Bates has 310 out, Cass has 436, and Henry County got 46, and that's up there along M Highway, just west of 13 Highway, there near Huntingdale. You bet, Tim. Behind the line of high winds, Pole Camp Junction. Yeah, so you're gonna have two rounds of wind. Right here, along this light green line, which you're gonna be getting into that here just very soon, next couple minutes. And then things will kind of get calm, and then when this little line moves into cold camp, you'll get another burst of wind in the 35 to 40 mile an hour range, enough to blow some stuff around on the porch and sound like a freight train coming through your house. But other than that, doesn't look like any damaging winds. 58 mile an hour greater will be coming through Benton County, but it'll be enough to knock a few things around. Absolutely, Greg. We have about 1 minute left for this cell in Johnson County for the severe thunderstorm warning. and it will be allowed to expire on time. What's the matter? You bet, Dana. And again, we've got that line of 35 to 40 mile an hour winds that get ready to come through Hocamp. Be blowing a few things around on your porch. The severe thunderstorm warning for Johnson County has been allowed to expire. And I'm not seeing anything on National Weather Service chat either, suggesting that any more warnings will be issued for west central Missouri the remaining of the night. So these winds have they've weakened. We expected this line to weaken, and it has. But you can still expect it's still going to pack a punch. From Sedalia down through Lincoln, Warsaw. This is what you're going to see probably the rest of the night. And what this is a special weather statement. This is just going to tell you that you can expect to see winds up to 50 miles per hour. It could knock down some tree limbs, blow around some unsecured objects. So that is the new one that they put out for Pettis County and for parts of Johnson County on the eastern side of Johnson County. And again, going to be below severe standards. So it's just going to be a little loud for a while, and then it's going to move off. High winds starting to hit Hocamp Junction now. Yep, that's it right there. That's about 40 mile an hour winds there, Dana. All right, guys. So, and again, just to recap, we've got a weakening line of storms that's moving through west central Missouri. The strongest winds right now is going to be in a line from Sedalia down through Lincoln, Warsaw, and you can expect up to 45 to 50 mile per hour winds. A little bit of rain, not much, a little bit of rain. So, nothing to be concerned about. It'll blow a few things around on the porch. But other than that, you ought to be good to go. Just good sleeping weather tonight. I will be given an update tomorrow morning before I head to work on the potential to see any more severe weather on Monday. However, everything is still on track to have a pretty volatile day on Tuesday. So we will be going over all of that tomorrow evening, likely around 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I will be going over our severe threat for Tuesday. So I want everybody to, if you can, make the live stream tomorrow night around 7. We'll go over all the latest data to make sure you guys stay weather aware for Tuesday. Yeah, that's my dog's been over here hounding me. He needs to go outside too. So, that's another reason I got to get off of here. I prolonged it long enough, I guess. So he's kind of giving me the old stink eye a little bit, So I guess I better go ahead and get off of here. Go let him go do his business and get to bed because we're gonna have a pretty active next 48 hours. And we haven't even really talked about Memorial Day weekend yet, but we will, because there's a potential we could see some severe weather over the holiday weekend. But we'll go into that once we get past Tuesday. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to be up just for a little bit longer. Make sure nothing pops up. But the way it looks right now, just good old-fashioned thunderstorms. Some gusty winds up to 45, and we'll likely see that severe thunderstorm watch that's out for parts of west central Missouri. They will likely cancel that a little bit early to get us through that. So, hi Rachel. So yeah, you don't have to worry. Just some strong winds up to 40-45 miles per hour. A little bit of rain, but nothing severe coming through Lincoln. So grab yourself a cup of ice water and head back to bed and sleep well tonight. And I hope everybody else sleeps well tonight too. And I will be talking to everybody first thing in the morning. We'll give an update for tomorrow's weather. So thanks for tuning in. Take care, stay weather aware, and I'll be talking to you soon.